Okay, we are now to the chorus in Sultans of Swing, and the good thing about the chorus, besides it being a cool guitar part to play, is it is the same thing every single time. The chorus phrase is basically it's like an instrumental chorus in this song. So, but they keep coming back to it, and every time they come back to it, it's the exact same thing. So, really, the verses are the ones we gotta spend the most time on. So let's go ahead and get the chorus here. We're in the D minor triad shape here. Let me just play through it real quick so you can see what it's going to sound like. Pretty simple part. So let's just get this through. We have the D minor triad, that's the 7th fret on the 4th string, 7th fret on the 3rd with your pinky, and then 6th fret with your 2nd finger on the 2nd string. Pick those with your thumb, index, and middle finger. And then that straight bar, the 5th fret across the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, and then bring it back to the 3rd fret. So we have this. Then you come back up to that F shape that we did earlier, the F triad, and second inversion. You play that. Now you could pick this, you pick the chord twice, and then pull off to the bar across the 5th fret, and pick those 3 strings twice. So he mixes it up. Sometimes he'll pull off, and sometimes he'll just pick it like, or whatever you think sounds the best. So we have this so far. Then he does this little fill. And that's just kind of sliding up the 3rd string with your 2nd finger. Then you grab those 2 10s, the 10th fret, and on the 2nd string and the 3rd string. Play those, mute them quickly, then shift down 1 fret. So your 2nd finger is at the 9th fret now on the 3rd string, and then play your 1st finger at the 8th fret on the 2nd string. So we have, and you let that chord ring out a little bit. So we have, then we go back through the same phrase. And we end the chorus with this little line. Sliding from 5 to 7 on the 5th string. Pick the 5th fret on the 4th, then the 7th fret on the 4th, and then we have the 1st finger at the 5th fret on the 3rd string. Okay, now that takes us to the 2nd verse now. So let's get into this. We start that. All right, so we basically have the same verse progression. And then he slides up the 3rd string again with his 2nd finger till you get to the 9th. And then you're going to grab this tritone, your 8th fret on the 2nd string, and then 3rd fret on the, 9th fret on the 1st string. Play those 2 notes with just like your 1st index and middle finger, and then just mute them by the releasing pressure. Then go back a fret, and then back up. So we have this. Then come up and do a bar across the 3 top strings, 1, 2, and 3. At the 10th fret, you're going to pick the thumb first on the 3rd string, and then hit the 1st and 2nd string together. So we have this. So then we're going to catch up with the verse progression. They've already done the D minor. And we're going to do the C, and then the B flat chord. And then we're going to go into this little country line. So that's a cool little lick. So we basically go there's a whole step bend on the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and then a 5 and 5 on the 2nd and 1st string with a little roll. Probably the best thing to do for that is thumb, thumb, index. And then grab your thumb, pick it with your thumb here, the 8th fret on the 2nd string with your 3rd finger, pick it flat once, and then pick it again and bend it up a whole step. So we have this. While that's bent at a full step, take your pinky at the 9th fret and hit that 9th fret on the 1st string with your index finger. So we have this. And then pick that 8 again, that's bent a whole step. Pick it and then release. And when you release, then you pick 7 on the 1st string. So and then we have back to the 8th fret on the 2nd string. Just a couple of bend and release and bend and release and then bend. Holding that last bend, the lick kind of trails out like this. So I basically picked the pinky there on the 8th string while I had the full bend. So it went, and then pick that 8 again and bring it back down. And then we have 6 on the 2nd string. And then a hammer on from 6 to 8. And then 5 on the 3rd string. So we have a whole lick. Moving on, slide from the 7th fret to the 9th fret on the 3rd string. And when you get up there, then grab the 8th fret on the 2nd string together with it. And then slide it back down to the 7th fret and hit the 2 notes together 3 times. Then we have this little phrase. Just like, it's really close to the one thing we did earlier in the song, but you slide into that 10 on the 3rd string. And then you grab the 10 on the 1st string. And then 8 and 9, again the same phrase, 8 on the 1st string, 9 on the 3rd, and then the 2 10s on the 2nd and 3rd string. The same phrase that we did before, which is kind of like the pre-chorus a little bit part. We had seen that before, so you should know that. Then we have this little fill that takes us to the 2nd, that's the end of the 1st half. This little lick right here ends the 1st half of the 2nd verse. That is just a slide from 5 to 7 again on the 5th string. Then pick 5, 7 on the 4th. And then 5 on the 3rd string, back to 7 on the 4th, back to 5, back to 7 on the 4th, then back to the 5 on the 3rd, and slide it up to 7. So we have. So that right there is a D, oh, what's going on over that D minor chord, and we keep going. All right, then we have, and we're into our 2nd verse phrase here, and it's a unison bend with your pinky held at the 8th fret and then your 3rd finger at the 7th fret on the 3rd string. You pick those 2 notes and then bend the 3rd finger up while keeping the pinky stationary. And then do a few bend and releases with it. Then you release that bend, the 7th fret. Then we have this cool little lick. That is a quick, that's a whole step bend, very quick at the 12th fret on the 2nd string, and then kill the tension very quick. You can do it with pushing your thumb back down on the string or whatever. And then you pick 9 on the first string, 10 on the second, and then 9 on the third string. Well, in that little phrase like this, and that's just a pull off from 7 to 6 with your third and second finger on the third string. Reach over and grab the 7th fret on the 4th string, and then the 5th fret on the 1st. Then we have another unison bend, kind of a country flair to it. Not like kind of a lap steel effect. So that is the 2 8s with your pinky in the first on the first string, and then your third finger on the second string. Pick them together and keep that pinky stationary and bend up the third finger a whole set. Get them in tune. After that, it's sustained a little bit. Then we go back to this same phrase we did before. All right, and then we're going to end this with, we're towards the end of this second verse. Little chromatic lick. We're going to slide from 5 to 7 on the 4th string, do that roll over to 7 on the 3rd, and then back down to the 7 on the 4th. And then we have a chromatic line on the 3rd string, which you can just do like pick index, middle with your picking hand, but you can hit all one finger, the index finger if you'd like. 10, 9, 8, 7. Then back to that familiar pre-chorus type figure. Twice. And build up. And then we go, that takes us back to the chorus. Okay, stay tuned for the next chorus and verse 3.